The funeral, part 10. The day of the funeral. The scene is the exterior of the seminary chapel. In front of the chapel, long curving drive with parking lot to the left facing the chapel. Cars are pulling up and letting passengers off under a large column portico. Several cars have come up, and then a caravan of cars begins to come in. The first is Buddy and May's tan minivan. Elijah is driving. He lets off Buddy and May. Then comes grandson Leslie and Marie in his gray clattering Ford Tempo diesel. He lets off Marie and the kids and goes to the parking lot. Behind him is a black Mercedes limo that Gerald is driving. He lets out his wife Wanda and their kids. Then comes a Toyota rental with the whole gang from Alaska, Fernie and her 3 kids and 3 grandkids. Next is another rental, a SUV with the family from California, and then a gray minivan with granddaughter Patrice and her kids, 2 cousins, and 4 dachshunds. The kids pile out, and so do the dachshunds. Frantic chase where everyone tries to catch the dogs. 2 of them run into the chapel barking, but they are shooed out. Finally, all the dogs are secured and return to the van. Patrice leaves kids and cousins and parks the van in a shade with the motor running. Then another rental pulls up. This one has Buddy's family number 2, Judy O'Shea, a short, attractive woman, dressed in a gray 2-piece suit and a pink blouse with ruffled collar, and their 2 daughters, Prudence and Margot, all dressed up. Then a VW bus pulls up, and from it emerge the relatives from Guatemala, Gretchen and Mike Rosecrans, their 3 kids, and 6 grandchildren. Camera moves to the interior of the chapel. As they come in, all the family members walk forward to view Grandma, who is surrounded with lit candles. Some linger to look at the flowers, but most of them quickly move to the front of the chapel to the reserved seats. The chapel is quite large, and even with all of the family present, there are a lot of empty seats. There's some sitting, though, in the very back anyway. Buddy is standing at the door. Buddy, to Elijah, where is everybody? There should be a lot of people here for Mother's funeral. Cousin Elijah, well, the word got out, had it in the papers, and I called a lot of folks myself. I reckon more will be along directly. Both turn to look at the door. Just then the 4 seminary officers start to come in. Some of them take a look into the casket, but they do not linger long. They seat themselves directly in front of the casket. There's a tall, thin guy and a balding man with an enormous belly, a short, thin man dressed to the T's, and a middle-aged man in a western-cut suit. All wear cowboy boots, and 2 of them are carrying 10-gallon hats. Buddy walks up to them. One by one, they shake his hand. Buddy nods to each of them as he shakes their hand. Buddy turns to the tall, balding man with the belly. Brother Sherrill, it's good to see you. Mother always respected you. Buddy, we're so sorry for the loss of your mother. Buddy, thank you, Cheryl. Mother was a wonderful woman. Fade out.